For years, Bill Lee was a successful pitcher in Boston, almost a folk hero as big as he was in Massachusetts and across Canada because a lot of the Red Sox games were broadcast on a myriad of U.S. networks that would show cable in Canada. Then Don Zimmer showed up. And Zimmer and Lee didn't get along and eventually led to Zimmer boycotting Bill Lee and also led to his trade. But being traded away for a successful package of players would have been acceptable because, Red Sox were still contenders. But the Montreal Expos said, oh, we'll take Bill Lee. Well, who do you want? And he decided that this guy, no disrespect to this guy, because any person who makes Major League Baseball deserves respect. But when the graffiti started showing up, said, who the hell is Stan Papi? Or Poppy, whatever you want to fucking call him. Even the Expos said, what the hell happened here? So Stan Papi or Pappy, depending how you pronounce it, was born February 4th, 51 in Fresno. Who goes to Fresno, say like an airplane? A former Major League Baseball player and perhaps most remembered for being traded straight up by the Expos to the Red Sox by Bill Lee for Bill Lee during the 78-79 off season. Born in Fresno and was drafted by the Astros in the second round of the 69 amateur draft. He was traded to St. Louis and then Montreal, where he played part of 77 and 78 with the Expos. While a nondescript player, pretty well, an okay utility guy. The Red Sox had a gold glove caliber shortstop in Rick Burleson and a trade for a light-hitting utility shortstop as Pappy for left-handed pitcher some quality, of major quality actually, was denounced by fans and even questioned by Red Sox team captain, future Hall of Famer Cal Yastrzemski. Shortly after the trade of Lee for Pappy was announced, the graffiti "Who the hell is Stan Papi" was painted on the exterior wall of the Green Monster at Fenway Park. We still don't know who did it. Could have been one of the workers there. Although Fenway Park staff painted over the graffiti many times, the sentence continued to reappear until Bill Lee retired in '82, and he helped us with the '81 playoffs. Now in Montreal, Bill Lee went on to win 16 games in '79, while Pappy proved a bust in Boston. Lee was instrumental to the Expos achieving their first winning record, 95-65, under former A's manager Dick Williams. Williams was also Lee's first manager. With a 16-10 record, one-loss record, 3.04 earned run average, and 3 shutouts, Lee proved very valuable to Montreal. Pappy appeared in 50 games and hit 188 with 1 home run and 6 runs batted in 117 at-bats. After appearing in 1 game in 1980, he was sent to the Phillies to complete an earlier trade for catcher Dave Rader. He was eventually sent to the Phillies minor league affiliate in Oklahoma City and never appeared with the major league club. Just over 2 weeks later, he was sold to the Tigers, where he ended his career in 1981. In his 6 major league seasons, he hit .218 with 7 home runs and 51 RBIs in 225 games. Now, Montreal were heavy contenders against the Pirates in '79, and again the Phillies in 1980, and Bill Lee was a big part of that. But looking at the rough numbers with Montreal, 15 RBIs over two seasons. He had some success in Detroit over a couple of seasons, but a typical utility outfielder. You would think, ladies and gentlemen, that the Red Sox would try to get one of the young Montreal prospects, even like a Cromartie, but just like Tony Perez was dumped by Cincinnati to Montreal for Woody Fryman and Dale Murray. Like I said, it still makes no sense. But despite this, we needed more than Bill Lee on the pitching staff because Charlie Lee was still a little bit too young. Gullickson was still a little bit too young. But my God, the Red Sox faithful. No wonder you thought you were cursed back in the day for a team in 1975. The best number 2 team in the history of baseball in World Series title play, to trade a guy that would have lived and died for the Red Sox in every way possible. Now, this is kind of weird as well because Bill Lee in Montreal became a motivator for various baseball leagues across Canada, especially in New Brunswick with a senior baseball league with the Moncton Mets. And he helped invigorate New Brunswick baseball, which led possibly, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people agree, to Real Cormier and Jason Dixon and Matt Stairs and everybody else like the great New Brunswick Paul Hotchin. You know, Bill Lee motivated New Brunswick athletes in so many ways. So technically, who is Matt Steer's grandfather? It's Bill Lee, because Matt Steers really started to get momentum after Bill Lee came to Canada. Bill Lee was a big supporter of Canadian baseball, and I know one thing, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen a lot of stupid things in my life as an editor and a sports fan, but that trade, boys, beyond and beyond. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing with our 1970s podcast, especially about the Gerbil, that moronic shit-faced bastard who wouldn't know a slap in the face if you hit him with a 2x4. Yeah, again, don't talk bad about the dead. Don Zimmer is dead. Good. Have a good one. Bye.